In this one, we're going to go a little bit deeper into strings, and we're going to have a look at strings, bytes, and something called runes. Because something which might surprise you is that strings in Go are not a sequence of characters, they're actually a sequence of bytes. And sometimes things behave a little bit differently than what you might expect. So hopefully in this one, we should clear up a few things and you'll have a good understanding of what you're working with and how strings actually work under the hood. Okay, so first thing to note is that in Go, a string is a sequence of bytes. Or to be totally correct, a read-only sequence of bytes. And so that means that we can do something like this, because each character in hello is 1 byte, and so when we use the length function, it returns a number of bytes, not the actual number of characters. And so for basic ASCII text like this, it will work. And we'll see what we expect to see. So for this one here, we expect to see a length of 5. Go run main.go, and indeed we do see a length of 5. And we can actually access individual bytes in the string using indexing. So here, if we want the letter H, the first byte, we can access it at position 0 because that's the position which it has. And so when we print this out, we get 104. The reason why we get 104 is that index 0 in S returns the first byte, so the first byte and not the first character. 104 in ASCII is the value of H. If we want to convert it to the actual character, we can use the string conversion function. So we pass B into string, and if we run this now, we now see the actual character because we've converted that byte into the string character. Okay, now Unicode characters may take more than 1 byte. Go represents Unicode code points using the rune type. So a rune, R-U-N-E, is an alias for int32. It represents a single Unicode code point. So as you can see here, the E in cafe is accented. So what do we expect to see when we go and look at the length of that word, or the length of the variable S? This may surprise you. Let's go and run this. Go run main.go. We actually see 5. So whilst there are 4 string characters, the accented E character actually takes 2 bytes in UTF-8, and the len function is counting bytes, not characters. And so this is often where the confusion starts. Now, indexing a string still returns bytes even for Unicode, which is not often what you want. So if we go and look or get the index for this accented E here, and we run go run main.go, we just get one value, 195. But that character actually is made up of 2 bytes. So really, we should expect to have 2 values. So if we print out the string version of that, let's see what we get. We see something a little strange here. That byte is only part of the accented E character, and converting it directly to a string produces an invalid character. So indexing is rarely what you want when you're working with Unicode strings. The correct way to iterate over characters in a string is using a range. Let's do that now. So here I'm going to say for I for index, R for rune, which represents a full Unicode character. What we will do is we'll print out the index, the rune, and the actual string conversion. Go run main.go. And so the one that we're mainly interested in here is we want to know what's happened to that accented E. So this is the rune value. And when we convert that to a string, we now see our accented E. And so the reason why this has worked for us is because range decodes UTF-8 automatically, and this is considered the safest and most common way to work with characters in strings. Okay, so now that we've done that, have a look at the code that we've just used there, and then have a go at this challenge. So write a program that stores a string containing at least 1 Unicode character, prints the length of the string using the len function, then iterate over the string using range, and then print each rune as a character. So remember to print the rune as a character using a combination of the print line function and also the string conversion function. Sure, you can do this. Pause me now and run that using go run main.go. Okay, so here's the string that I'm going to use, go and then a heart emoji. Let's get the length of that. Go run main.go. We get a byte length of 9. So probably quite a bit longer than what you expected there. Let's range over that. And we're going to print out. We're also going to do a string conversion on R. Let's run this. Okay, so we get a byte length of 9 for each rune. We've converted it to a string, G, O, space, and then as you can see, we get the little heart symbol there. Okay, how did you get on with that one? Hope you found that was quite interesting. Okay, how did you get on with that one? Hope you found this one quite interesting, and hopefully it should clear up any questions you have when you get some strings which behave a little bit differently than what you expect or don't represent the same count as what you would expect when you pass them into functions like the len function. Hope you enjoyed this. Give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe for more Go Bytes. And if you have a friend that's learning Go, why not share this lesson with them? I'm sure it will help them too.